Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
In this section, I would like to go back in time to remind people of a little-known alliance between the United States and Tsarist Russia that led to the Russian fleet showing up in force in New York and San Francisco. It arrived at a crucial time in 1863 when Britain and France were on the verge of intervening in the Civil War on the side of the Confederacy. An actual world war was on the horizon that would wrap the world in flames. As Secretary of State William Seward put it, the mighty Russian presence deterred the Anglo-French from invading, and the Union was saved. But let's first go back to 1861, when the Emancipation Edict was passed and successfully carried out by the Tsar Alexander II. That would result in the freeing of over 23 million serfs, or slaves. This was by no means a simple task and met much resistance, requiring an amazing degree of statesmanship to see it through. The success of this edict would go down in history as one of the greatest accomplishments for human freedom, and Tsar Alexander II became known as the Great Liberator, for which he was beloved around the world. Shortly after, in 1863, President Lincoln would pass the Emancipation Proclamation, which declared that all persons held as slaves within the rebellious states are and henceforward shall be free. The autumn of 1862 would mark the first crucial phase of the Civil War. Lincoln sent an urgent letter to the Russian Foreign Minister Gorchakov, informing him that France was ready to intervene militarily. The salvation of the Union thus rested solely on Russia's decision to act. The Foreign Minister Gorchakov wrote in response to Lincoln's plea, "You know that the government of the United States has few friends amongst the powers. England rejoices over what is happening to you. She longs and prays for your overthrow. France is less actively hostile. Her interests would be less affected by the result. But she is not unwilling to see it. She is not your friend. Your situation is getting worse and worse. The chances of preserving the Union are growing more desperate. Can nothing be done to stop this dreadful war? The hope of reunion is growing less and less, and I wish to impress upon your government that the separation, which I fear must come, will be considered by Russia as one of the greatest misfortunes. Russia alone has stood by you from the first and will continue to stand by you. We are very, very anxious that some means should be adopted, that any course should be pursued which will prevent the division which now seems inevitable. One separation will be followed by another. You will break into fragments." Russia's proclaimed support in its letters to Lincoln would be put to the test during the summer of 1863. By then, the South's invasion of the North had failed at Gettysburg, and the violent anti-war New York draft riots also failed, and Britain as a result was thinking of direct military intervention, with the backing of France. What would follow marks one of the greatest displays of support for another country's sovereignty to ever occur in modern history. The Russian Navy arrived on both the east and west coastlines of the United States late September and early October in 1863. The timing was highly coordinated due to intelligence reports of when Britain and France were intending their military action. The Russian Navy would stay along the US coastline in support of the Union for about 7 months. They never intervened in the American Civil War, but rather remained in its waters at the behest of Lincoln in the case of a foreign power's interference. If Russia had not done this, Britain and France would most certainly have intervened on behalf of the Confederate States, as they made clear they would, and the United States would have most certainly broken in two at that point. It was Russia's direct naval support that allowed the United States to remain whole. Russia and the United States of America are natural allies in this deep state war. I believe Putin and Trump are fighting together in the same fight their forefathers fought against the very same enemy. The same enemy we global patriots now face in this information war for the future of humanity.
Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for more must-see videos.